Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Realnesss with 3 S's. I'm your host here, Francis, with my amazing co-host, Tamika Francis. How are you doing today?
Could be better, but we press on. Love Island time.
We press on, and that's one of the things that these shows are. It allows us to take a step outside of our regular life and dive deep into these other people's business. So we're on the second to last episode of Love Island UK Season 7. We're on episode 56. And if you've gone through 56 episodes with us and you haven't subscribed, I do not know what's happening here. Just subscribe so you know when we go live in case it's not at a regular time, and then you can join in on the conversation with us in the chat because we are always engaging with our people. So today was all the rest of the final dates. So Cloby. That's funny. Cloby, they call themselves Joey, but I think Cloby is better.
Yeah, Cloby is better. I actually like Cloby.
Cloby, Toey? No, it sounds like Towie too much. So
yeah, why do you have to be? I just noticed that because I haven't seen it Cloby. I've seen it Chloe. Why?
Yeah, I want Cloby.
Yeah.
Hi, Latoya. Thank you for being here. Hi, Ayan. Hi, Netha. So we start this episode reminding us that Liberty and Jake are leaving. Of course, Chloe feels bad for Liberty. But then she gets a text and it's going to be #Chloe in Wonderland. So has there been a whole Wonderland narrative that Chloe's been talking about that we just have never heard about?
Must have, because I'm just like, what is this date? Like, I don't get it. I thought it was going to be something totally different. So I'm like, does she really like Alice in Wonderland? Or I don't understand. I did not understand. I saw a picture of the date ahead of the date, and I was like, did I miss something where this is going to be their dream date? And then I think you said, wait, no helicopter? I said, unless they take a helicopter to this date, I don't get it. I don't get it.
It was definitely hideous, in my opinion. So they were they got dressed up, and I thought Chloe looked really great. She's wearing a black shorts kind of, I don't know if it was a one piece or two pieces, but it looked like it was a one piece. And Toby was wearing black shorts, I believe, and a black and white shirt. And they both looked really good, as if they're going out for a night. And then you get to their date and it's arts and crafts, paper lanterns, all these colors that didn't really go with what they were wearing. And with things along the theme of Wonderland, with the cupcakes are eat me and whatever. But I thought it looked hideous, the setup, and I didn't see enough Alice in Wonderland about it for me to be oh my god, this is so romantic.
They needed to just buy them a bounce house and one of those charcuterie boards that Love Island USA does and be done with, because I think that would have been way better than this date. I don't understand it.
Even if we wanted to do something like that, it would have been, I think, a little bit more romantic if they made it a big picnic spread. I think it was the fact that they're at this big table that just was just
that's what I'm saying. If you wanted to make it whimsical and fun, get them a bounce house, put out a blanket, put out a whole spread. I don't get it.
Chloe's date did look like a kid's birthday party, and
I definitely saw it that way.
Because if you look at if you ever watch the Kardashians, whenever they have these birthday parties for their kids, it's still gorgeous. They have tons of these beautifully colored balloons and these shapes, and everything looks so exquisite and gorgeous. If they went that route, a Kardashian birthday party route, then I could maybe get behind this Alice in Wonderland theme. But it was more like the Mad Hatters. I don't know if you have this in the States, but in Canada, when I was growing up, everybody would have these birthday parties it was called the Mad Hatter, and it was really janky. You'd be pushing people around in shopping carts and having whipped cream pie fights, and it was just really messy and dirty, but that's what it was there. You paint on the walls, and it was just always just so messy.
No.
was. It was just a mess.
That's worse than Chuck E. Cheese. We have Chuck E. Cheese.
It was along the same lines as Chuck E. Cheese. Like either you went to Chuck E. Cheese or you went bowling or you went to Mad Hatter's. Like, those are the kind of dates around that time, or birthdays. Yeah. But anyways, yeah, it just was like bad, I thought. Hi, Sans, thanks for being here and making us understand this damn this date. What happened here? It was
it was weird. And I feel like the way it also came off as it was less to do with both of them. Like Tyler and Kaz's date was about both of them. Millie and Liam's date was about both of them. And Faye and Teddy's date was about both of them. Ooh, I think that I got that that's where they was trying to go, but I don't see it. And I think it's more of the lines of maybe we missed the conversation that, like Chantel is saying, where Chloe really likes Alice in Wonderland or tea parties or something, or they discussed this and that's what they gave them. Because otherwise, to me, even with that, it didn't land, in my opinion.
So Netha's saying here that that maybe they're just succumbing to their childish personalities, and I think that you could succumb to their childish personalities, but it still could look nice. Like it really looked like they wasted all their budget on the boat and like early plane tickets for Jake and Liberty, and they didn't have enough left in the budget to give them a good super date. Like,
that's how I feel.
Like, where's the helicopter? Like, I'm not even joking.
Like, how is it the one couple that walked out of this experience got the like best date, like the yacht? I don't understand. I mean, other than that, like Millie and Liam, they bought out an actual castle. But other than that, I don't understand where the money went. Somebody blew the money on something that they wasn't supposed to this season.
It's very shocking though, because all the dates are usually like, at least they seem romantic and like whimsical and like kind of, you know, even if it's garbage, like it usually still looks pretty fantastic. So
let's go back to season 6. Even Mike and Priscilla, 5th place couple, they went on a safari. That date was better than this date, and I would never go on a safari for a date. That's what I'm saying. So
like horseback riding, you know, like walk along the beach, like go snorkeling. Like, I don't know. There's just so many things that not necessarily are romantic, but would have been a little more extravagant for their final date. Like they wouldn't have gone on that date on their own. So like he wouldn't be saving up his money to be like, ooh, I'm going to ask Chloe to marry me like on this date, like, or be my girlfriend or whatever. Like that wouldn't be the setup at all. So while they're on their date though at the villa, I thought it was really funny that they're all talking about how they don't know.
Maybe that's why they did it, to make it as the least romantic as possible, so Millie and Liam can win. Because
they give Millie and Liam the yacht.
I have no idea why Millie and Liam didn't get the yacht. I really don't, unless Millie is like seasick or something. But maybe that's why, because at the end of the day, we'll have a conversation about what they said on After Sun. But at the end of the day, none of these couples are like boyfriend and girlfriend. And maybe we would have gotten that if they got a more romantic date from, you know, Chloe and Toby. But we really didn't get that. It wasn't romantic enough.
Yeah, I mean, they're not really that romantic of a couple. So I can get behind the conspiracy theory that they're trying to make them not say I love you or be my girlfriend, so that like they'll leave the door open for Millie and Liam to be the only boyfriend and girlfriend in the finale. So, no, sorry, Faye and Teddy are there.
Faye and Teddy, which very little people want to be together.
So while they were on their date, though, at the villa, I thought it was really funny that none of them knew each other's phone numbers. We kind of living in this like digital world that like people just like I literally don't know my best friend's phone number right now. She was living in the States, and so she has an American phone number, and like I don't even text her. Like I honestly use either Facebook Messenger or Instagram like to communicate with her, and I don't know her number right now. I used to know all phone numbers all by heart. I still probably remember the numbers from when I was growing up by heart, and now people don't know their phone numbers, which I think is hilarious. Do you know phone numbers?
Do I know phone numbers? I mean, I know my immediate family phone numbers, but same thing with my best friend. I do not know her phone number. She used to live here in Jersey. She moved to North Carolina. She has a North Carolina number. I literally, same thing. I message her on Facebook or, pretty much Facebook. Message her. Yeah,
So,
because somebody was saying that to me when I went for my birthday to North Carolina. They're like, "Oh, I told her to text me her number, and she always Facebook messaged me." And I thought that was weird. I said, "Well, I'm her best friend, and she only Facebook messaged me, and I only Facebook messaged her, so don't take offense to it."
absolutely. And like even my mom got a new phone number, and I'm like, it just saved as like mom's new cell. And so like I don't know what her new number is. I just know the area code basically. If it came up without her name on it, I would not know who it is, which I think is funny. But they're also living in a world where they've never probably had to memorize a phone number, which is also very interesting. Like I still know all my friends' phone numbers from 10 years ago, So it's just funny how the sign of the times, things have changed. So Latoya here is saying, I just started watching this season. Guys, UK vibes is a little better than the US. Honestly, I think it's a lot better. Personally, we got some great characters out of the season of the USA, but all in all, I do enjoy the Love Island experience on a whole from the UK perspective. It could just be because it's theirs, like they started it, and I don't think that the US are doing it better. But I really enjoy it. Like I think it's part of the banter, the slang, the accents, the narrator. It all works for me, and so I definitely enjoy it better personally. But I do like the USA version separately on its own as a good show. For not comparing.
Mm.
Okay, so hi Natalie, thanks for joining us. What is our reaction to Mary and Aaron's breakup? We expected it. I know I did anyways. I didn't think it was going to be that quickly considering how fast he was so rude to Kaz about like not thinking that they're compatible and they couldn't last like a week. So that's that.
I'm shocked that they didn't fake it for another couple of weeks, at least through the finale. That being said, it sounds like it was more of a Mary ending it than a Aaron. And somebody sent a tweet, and I thought it was interesting. Oh, where'd it go? Dang it! Dang, I can't find it. But I was saying that it's really very funny that they had so much anger at Kaz and Tyler for saying what basically happened. And I just never could understand it other than they were playing a game. I think it just all came down to they were playing a game. I don't think they were that as into it. I can't find the stupid tweet, but this is it. Somebody said Jake and Mary definitely getting together after the sun. I'm calling it.
I see it.
Same.
Oh my god. So okay, so wait, did they break up after Aaron and Mary left? Yeah.
Yes.
So Aaron and Mary left, and then you said that Jake was acting different now that Mary was there, and then Liberty was like not feeling it anymore, whatever. And then they broke up and they left, and then Aaron and Mary break up right after that. Whoever tweeted that might be like a genius. Like
When I saw it, I was like, oh, that is so what's going to happen. I see it happening. And it goes along with my theory. I think after Mary left, he's like, I don't have to fake this no more. I'm not into it. My backup ain't here. Whatever, I'll see her on outside. There's still so many people after watching After the Sun who are mad at Liberty because she was upset and angry on the show. And she wasn't even that angry to me when I watched it. She was more upset. And they were like, oh, it's not Jake's fault. He, this is nobody's fault. He just wasn't into her. I'm like, he sat there and pretended like he was in love with her for the last 4 weeks. Stop. Like, for real, stop. Like, he played her, and I'm sure by now she's seen that he played her, and there's absolutely no reason for her not to be upset. But when I saw that, I said, I see it. I see it.
I really see it. That's very insightful. Let's watch this unfold. I want to see if this person is correct, because that is very insightful.
Yep.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's what we think about it, Natalie, is that I can see Jake getting together now with Mary now that she's out. They're both out of the villa and not in relationships. Ooh. Oh my God. And then then Liberty's going to get so hurt by this because she's going to be like, I knew it. I was seeing that you guys were having a bit of a banter and you always assured me, but you could have been honest with me at that time, and maybe then you would have been able to have your time in the villa, and maybe I would have met stuff, anyways, we get the whole thing. But
yeah, I mean, consolation prize, Liberty's at 1 million followers, but
yeah, she's definitely going to do well. I think she's at the top right now for all of the season, so she's going to be fine, especially with how I think she handled it really well for someone that's 21 years old. I thought she was very, very considerate, but also taking care of herself. And she showed to be a very strong woman. And I thought she was being very respectful. And I think she did a really good job with how she broke it off with him.
And I looked at her IG, and I looked through, and she's not freaking filtered her face out to the point of you can't see who she is. She hasn't, she does duck lips a little bit, but other than that, she's gorgeous. Her body is gorgeous. I don't understand what Jake was thinking at all.
The thing is, though, is I don't picture them together, though. I don't think that he is she's his type of girl, and I don't think he's really her type of guy. I really don't think so. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I think for all the guys that were there, she thought he was the cutest, and then he was giving her attention, and so she was allowing herself to get into something with him. But I don't necessarily picture them together, right. Even though they're both whatever attractive.
Yeah. I mean, Jake's not that attractive, but
not to me, but he's not hideous. He's
a little trollish. Come on.
Okay, so Natalie or Sam wants to know who were the best super dates in our opinion. I kind of think, even though it was weird, I think that Teddy and Faye's was kind of the most romantic, and I thought it looked really beautiful. And then next, I would say Tyler and Kaz. I thought they both looked really amazing, and I liked the horse and carriage thing, but it was just a table in a little cobblestone area. So those are the top two, I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, I would probably flip them for me, only because I did not understand why they were in the middle of a pool with a bunch of flowers. The entire thing, I still cannot wrap my mind around on a date, and then you ask her to be a girlfriend while you're standing in the pool. I'm confused. So that's the only reason why I would probably just swap the order. I think if I was gonna go on a date with somebody, I would probably choose what Kaz and Tyler did better than any of the other dates. It's I'm not going on the boat date. I'm not, Like Millie and Leo's was just like not romantic enough to me, and Chloe and Toby's was cute. It just wasn't romantic. Like for me, it would have needed to be like really fancy, like upscale, in order for me to feel like, oh my god, this is just like so romantic. You know what I mean?
Yes. So San says that they liked Kaz and Tyler's date. At least it was of the moment, i.e. Bridgerton. For sure. Latoya, who's doing the media comparison, the UK dates is way worse than the Love Island US dates. In the past, they've been UK came first, so they set the precedence for these dates, and so they used to be better. I don't know what happened. Like maybe the person that usually organizes the dates got sick and wasn't on duty.
Or things are shut down. I don't know. Like
The assistant had to book stuff and they made a mistake. Like I don't know what happened here, but like the parents were supposed to come before these super dates, right? Like so the timing of things were all weird. So maybe they weren't able to get certain things when they changed around the schedule. Like maybe because COVID, like you're saying, they weren't able to do certain things. I don't know, but all I can say is these dates were garbage in comparison to the last 6 years that they've had dates.
I'm telling you, season 6, the 5th place couple got a safari and then food. And so I don't understand. Like none of this makes sense. This season, none of it makes sense. So somebody spent some money on something they weren't supposed to.
Samantha says, I wonder if the yacht date may not have been meant for Jake and Liberty, because they broke up and they wanted to cheer them up, hoping that they would get back together. That could be something too, but could you see Liberty and Jake on that like Wonderland date? Like,
no. Nah.
Well,
I don't see them on any of those other dates.
Yeah.
I don't see them. They definitely weren't going to get Kaz and Tyler's date. I don't see them on any of those other dates.
So when Chloe and Toby returned to the villa to talk about the date, it's funny, like they're trying to make it sound good, but it sounded like what it was. It's like, yeah, it was in the middle of nowhere with letters and pictures of all of our best moments. I'm like, oh, it sounds terrible. But Chloe was like, this is the best date of my life.
Maybe it was the person she was with.
Or the only date she's been on. Like, definitely not my idea of I would enjoy myself no matter what, but if we're looking for, I wouldn't call it a super date. I'd call that just a date. So they're going to bed at night and they are noticing that Gibberty is gone. Their bed has been empty. They've had them in the villa since the very beginning. So they're noticing their absence, which is sad. I wish that they were able to just stay till the end. But I understand why she left, but I feel like she deserved to be there till the end. And her and Kaz's relationship, I wish that they got to be there to the end together and experience the entire thing together. So Chloe says that she's going to get her master's tonight. And it didn't even register. I'm like, oh, where's she going to get her master's in? Like, I was actually thinking like what she studied in school. And then I was like, oh, right. The school analogy, education analogy. So she is going to do something in bed with Toby. Toby. I thought she was serious though. I'm so embarrassed for myself.
I did. It wasn't just you. I thought it for like 2 seconds, and then I was like, "Oh, okay, we're back to that."
Liam, I thought this was a funny moment. So Liam was like, "Tell me when Millie's coming." So he hides behind the curtain, and Faye, I think it was, that like made sure that you couldn't see him. And so when Millie comes into the room, he scares her, but then she just dumps his water in his face. I was like, "Sirs, you're right." She's quick.
That was hilarious. I was like, I probably would have done the same thing. I'm like, I couldn't tell if it was like staged or it was real, because I'm like, why was her water bottle still open? But I don't know. But it was cute.
But maybe it went through the straw.
Oh, I thought the top was still open because there was a lot of water.
Maybe.
It messed up the whole curtains and everything.
Or maybe she just didn't fill it up and she was putting it up back on.
Oh, maybe.
So the next day, let's start these parental visits. So the first set of parents are Millie and Liam's family, and they're taking a selfie outside of the villa. And they send the selfie to Millie, and she's like, "Oh my God!" She recognizes it to be the front of the villa when she gets this text. And they're not allowed to hug, and there's no kissing, just for social distancing reasons. And I'm wondering why they can't hug and kiss. Like, if they quarantined for the 2 weeks, they did like all the swabs and stuff like that, and the islanders have been segregated to themselves. Why wouldn't they be able to touch?
I was very, very confused. I was like, why did you bring them here? Because, like, to me, I thought the point was so that they could hug them and kiss them and, give them a pep talk. And it was kind of like, yeah, this could have been an email, a voicemail, a Zoom message, a Google Meet. There's no reason why there was no reason for them to do all of that if they weren't going to be able to touch them. Like, I didn't understand it. I didn't understand it.
It didn't make any sense to me either, especially because that they must have quarantined.
Right. That's what they were saying. They were like that they've been quarantining for however long the quarantine period is in the UK right now. And then, because you have to quarantine, and then I think you have to quarantine to go back, and then in between. So, because I think they were saying that not Mary, the other girl, Amy, she's back in quarantine because she tested positive for COVID. She was with Hugo, the Costa girl from Hugo, that came with Hugo. And
maybe
huh?
Maybe because she's tested COVID. Maybe that looks like her. Like, maybe she brought it into the villa, so maybe they're protecting the parents from coming into the villa. I don't know.
Maybe that's possible because apparently she quarantined, came out after she came out of the villa, and then tested positive, and they're like, she's quarantining again. So weird. Very weird.
Very,
they
very.
did go to After the Sun, right? No. Did they go in person? No.
So Liam sits with his parents. They really like Millie. Obviously, she's a very beautiful, like, kind woman. She's very kind to Liam. She was still quite nice to him, even though he completely disrespected her and was, like, not very kind with her. So, like, I don't see how any family would have not have loved Millie. I thought that it was funny, though, that Liam looks like his mom. I was like, oh my God, you look so much like your mom.
Yeah.
His mom found Casa Amor to be difficult for her to watch, which is like understandable, because as a mom, I would assume that you'd hope that your son would be really, really respectful with women. And so it must have been uncomfortable for her to watch her son not be thinking about Millie in those moments. What do you think about Liam and his family?
I thought they were cute. I thought they at least were kind of a little like, wagging their finger at him enough.
Good.
In my opinion.
And he does mention that he told her that he loves her, and so they were happy about this. I mean, he's so young, but like they were happy about this. Millie and her family, I believe it's her mom and her sister, was it?
Yes.
And so her family was unbelievably proud, apparently. They felt that he was a genuinely nice boy. And, they were talking about like, oh, like the big word, like, did you see like our date? And they're like, oh, what's the big word? And I think the mom was thinking boyfriend and girlfriend, because she's like B&G. She's like, no, ILY. And like, like, so like excited. So I like seeing the mom and sister really being supportive of Millie, even though I don't know if I think that Liam is the best guy.
Yeah. I think, was it her mom that Googled how far away he is from her? And it's like only 3 hours.
Good.
And so, you know, she was excited for that. And she's like, oh, my mom Googled it. I think it was her mother. Which, you know, in order for these things to work, the parents do have to be supportive. So it seems like even beyond that, they were supportive. Maybe they're just chalking it up to his age, possibly. I'm not sure I would have, but that might have been probably what the way they're looking at it.
Yeah, I agree. So, but I
To
do
me,
love.
I feel like he lied to the point he omitted a lot of truth and he lied. So, and I don't know if it's that he didn't realize that he had, like, because every time they would have a conversation, something would come out. They're like, did you tell her that? He's like, I was supposed to tell her that. Like, and so I don't know if it's truly just like his age, that he didn't have, doesn't have that much dating history. I don't know. Apparently, Millie has had like an 8-year relationship. And I'm like, well, she's like 24. So it's like she was dating somebody in high school all the way to now. Like, that's a long time.
Well, I mean, I can understand, like, with age, not being in many relationships, you know how to navigate what is expected of you in Casa Amor. We also don't know what is encouraged by the producers. Like, he probably is like, oh, like, this is what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to, like, entertain another woman over here. And then they have Jake, who's older than him, telling, like, go, go, go for it. Like, and so I think that because he was young, he just didn't make the right decisions over there. And then also because he's young, he might not have handled it in the most appropriate way. So I think I understand then why her family was like, you know, he's still a genuinely good boy. I think it is his age. I do.
Yeah. Okay.
So Faye's best friend and sister show up. I wonder why it wasn't her mom or dad. Her sister did say that her dad thought she was swearing a little bit too much. But both of her parents love her very much. Why do you think that her parents didn't come?
Okay, so I mean, the internet theory is that they're racist. I don't know.
That is my thought, to be fair.
Yeah.
And I was expecting Faye's family to be a lot more lower class than they were. They were quite upper middle class. Like, I thought that they were going to be very, 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 like, harsh, and they weren't at all.
Not at all. It was kind of frustrating. Because, like, she's like, oh, well, you did have a go at him, but it needed to be said. What do you mean it needed to be said? I'm still.
I think what she meant was, like, Faye needed to express herself fully and get it out, because, like, it was like, she does say with her family, like, usually she would leave in these situations, and so this is the first time that she's ever had to stay and deal with the situation, and she's never dealt with it before, and she didn't deal with it appropriately. But maybe that's what she means, maybe by, like, it needed to be said, like, come out.
Yeah, that's not good. She needs a lot more coping skills.
Yeah, absolutely. It's kind of like, you didn't see Big Brother, but Bailey, did I tell you about this before? So on season 20 of Big Brother, Bailey got into a big fight with this guy, Tyler, and she got so angry that she was like she bit her lip and her lip was bleeding, and she's screaming like she was unhinged. And it was very uncomfortable for me to even watch, because I'm like, to allow yourself to get to this point is concerning. And so, and Bailey is around the same age as Faye, and she also is a Gemini. So I'm curious if it might be a bit of a Gemini trait to not be able to effectively handle your emotions when you're young, just because you're not an emotional sign. So maybe when you blow, you blow. I'm not sure. I'm not trying to make excuses, but it was a similarity that I've noticed, and now I'm kind of putting together that they're both air signs. So I wonder. So they do like Teddy. They think that Teddy chills her out a lot. They found that Casa Moore was difficult to watch, and she does say though that wasn't me. Like it wasn't. Like she's kind of joking about it, being like, that it wasn't me. I know that she's probably very embarrassed and she's very sorry about it. I just wish that she never just did that. Why didn't she just talk to him like a normal person?
I don't know. I don't know, but it's really, it's just hard for me to get on Faye's side about the entire thing because I just don't. I I I wanted to hope that she would see it when she comes out, but I don't know if anybody's gonna hold her accountable for
No,
it.
she won't. Her DMs are probably like deep. Like deep. There's no way that she's not going to be able to know, and her family will tell her when she's not in the villa anymore. Like that wasn't good. We've had to deal with a lot of comments coming about you. Like I'm sure they will let her know.
Oh.
And remember what we were saying also, the psychologist that they'll see after the show, I'm sure will discuss that.
Yeah.
I mean, she better.
Yeah.
So Faye, we also meet Teddy's brothers. And what I love about seeing family members is when you know a gene is strong, because like they all look so much alike, like how they do certain things, and like how it's like you could tell they were related. I thought that was hilarious to see them all together. He asks what they think of Faye, and they're like, I don't know if I can say this properly right now, but they want to get to know her.
Yeah. There was a lot of biting on the tongue on Teddy's. Listen, I've already said, like, his family is Nigerian. Although I think his brother is dating or married to a white woman, so I don't think that's the issue. I just don't see them allowing him to be disrespected and not saying anything.
Yeah. I can imagine when they come out of the house, she's gonna have to do a lot of groveling for sure. So Sam says, "Oh my God, Teddy and Faye's family meeting was awkward. This just proves no one holds Faye accountable in her own family." Well, I think though this is for the TV. I would expect when she leaves the villa that they will like talk to her properly. I mean, like, what are you supposed to say on TV? Like, oh my God, you were disgusting. And like when she's like really happy about introducing you to somebody. So I don't think it was an appropriate time. And I don't think we've ever really seen anybody's family being really like holding them to the fire about their actions. So.
I mean, I don't know if anybody's family had to hold, I mean, has anybody's actions been this bad? That were still in the villa.
Well, if we compare it to Johnny's last season, I thought they were pretty bad.
Yeah, but it was kind of the same thing as like Liam. Like his father wagged his finger, and I mean, yeah, he still had him
yelling before.
Yeah.
But Faye's like, I wasn't that bad, was I? And they're like, you were really bad. Oh my God. I'm happy they said this though, because she's gonna like at least be thinking about it. And they were still very respectful and still quite kind, considering they didn't really need to be that nice to her, I don't think.
Right.
So hopefully she's gonna start doing some work and how she's been speaking about Teddy in the confessional. I don't know if it's just because the season's almost ending, but she does to me seem like she does like him. So I don't know. Teddy does say like he's glad that the way that things happen because like they have become stronger because of it. They have become stronger. I don't think that they needed that to become a stronger couple, but I am happy that he's willing to work on it because I think he sees the good side in Faye.
We'll see what happens when they come out. I don't know. They might have to go off of social media for a while in order to make this work. Truthfully.
Okay, Ayan here says yesterday after the Sun show was ridiculous. They literally have their own agenda to ruin Kyler's chance to win. Okay, I haven't watched this yet. I was going to watch it, and then my agent called. I had to talk to her for like half an hour, so I didn't watch it before this. So
what's worse is that in the Sun newspaper or magazine or whatever paper it is over in the UK, they do not list Tyler and Kaz as finalists. They listed every single other finalist but Tyler and Kaz.
How is that possible? Like Liberty's there?
No, Liberty and Jake are not there.
Who they think is the top three?
They just listed the top three in their head. Because but then in After the Sun, and this is my entire issue with it, keeps happening, and I can't, like, I'm over here in America, so I'm just gonna tell you from my eyes what I'm seeing. I can't not say it's not racism, because the comments make no sense. How can you sit there and say, oh, well, this exclusive thing, I don't understand it. I think I would take them more seriously if they were boyfriend and girlfriend. Why can't
we get Millie and Liam being exclusive before they became a couple? Like, what's the difference here? It happens in everybody's own time.
Exactly. But that's what they said last night. They said they can't take Tyler and Kaz seriously because Tyler did not ask Kaz to be his girlfriend before the finale. And that why are they waiting to do this on the outside? Why can't they do it in this experience? That's when they're supposed to do it.
Well, what about Chloe and Tyler and Toby?
They're great. They hope they win. Millie and Liam, oh, they're wonderful. He's come so far. He's done so much changing. He's done so much for her.
But with Chloe and Toby aren't boyfriend and girlfriend or exclusive.
And Millie and Liam aren't boyfriend and girlfriend. They're just exclusive and said, I love you. The only boyfriend and girlfriend is Faye and Teddy. And oh, Faye's so great. I love how much work she's done with herself to get them to this far. Please tell me, how does this sound?
Boy. This is not good. This is not good. Netha is agreeing here. So they have been doing this for weeks now. They are either mocking them for being negative or mocking them or being negative, and Laura is right in the middle of it. It's just a shame that a presenter can't be neutral.
I tweeted that. I tweeted that Love Island needs to find a different host. If she cannot be impartial, like she's totally... I didn't watch last week's episode because I heard it was so bad, but the last few weeks before that, I watched, and she, like, you can tell she does not, she may kind of like Kaz, but she does not like Tyler, and she does not like Tyler and Kaz together, and you can tell, and it's disgusting because a host of a show that's meant to discuss what is happening on the show should be impartial and neutral. I've never heard Ariel or Matthew Hoffman have anything to say. And we all know some crazy stuff happened on Love Island USA last season and this season. And they have been supportive of every single person on the show.
Well, she's the new host, and I didn't like her last season when she did season 6. I was like, that's not working very well. And rest in peace, but I loved Caroline Flack. She was like, I thought she was a friend to everyone in the villa. She was genuinely involved in every person's journey. She was like super excited for all people, no matter what color they were. She was definitely like, didn't seem like she had any sort of racial biases to one person over the other. And so it's unfortunate that her replacement is this Laura Whitman woman that doesn't seem to like Kaz and Tyler. It's really frustrating and unfortunate.
And then they find panelists that revolve around that agenda, that opinion, because everybody's saying the same thing. and they don't understand how hypocritical it doesn't even make sense what you're saying. You're saying that you're saying they're playing a game. They're not really serious. They're just in there having fun. They're going to break up when they come on the outside because they're not boyfriend and girlfriend on the inside. But nobody is but Faye and Teddy, and she sat there and screamed his head off, and you think that she's such a wonderful person. I do not understand. Like, you cannot tell me that that does not sound racially biased.
Mm-hmm. So Son says, coupled with the fact that they have no airtime on the main show, they didn't even give Kaz the decency to make a proper send-off message at the end. Disgusting. What do you mean proper send-off message at the end?
I think for Liberty and Jake, somehow they cut out all of Liberty and Kaz's relationship in their little montage towards the end.
Gotcha.
And I was like, how can you do that? Like, that was like basically her entire show.
So Laura is so boring. They need to get a new presenter. Clearly, they don't want a black couple to win. Well, we know that for sure. Like, come on. She didn't fake it because she got the deals already. Right, Liberty.
Smart, then. Even smarter.
They want to keep making excuses for Toby and Liam, but we're unfairly criticizing Tyler. Oh, this is making me mad, guys. Making me mad. Hi, Luna. Thank you for joining. Oh, we got 4 minutes until the finale for you guys. Ooh, Jake and Mary. Yes, the tea is hot. I want to see what happens. I'm going to add them on Instagram so I can follow theirs to see if it happens. Oh my God, that's actually crazy. Tyler only has 70,000 followers. Wait, Kaz is already at Liberty's already at 1 million?
Yeah, Liberty's at 1 million. Kaz is at almost 550. And Tyler's only at 70K. But again, he's not been shown in a good light. People don't seem to like him. And also, whoever's running his IG is not really like, hadn't been really doing stuff in the beginning. So it is what it is. Like, really. At this point, they said they can't wait to get out of there. And I can't wait for them to get out of there. I think they're going to do much better on the outside than they are on the inside. And I think we'll enjoy them more on IG than we'll ever. I'm not going to be watching Liam and Millie's relationship. I'm not going to be watching Chloe and Toby's relationship. And I'm not going to be watching Faye and Teddy's relationship. I'm only going to be watching Kaz and Tyler's relationship. And if they break up, I'm still just going to be following Kaz.
Absolutely. Hi, Tasha. Thank you for being here. Hello, Dan. Thank you. So 20 minutes until the final, so I'm 20 minutes behind you guys. Okay. Love Island. Yes. Good luck, guys. I hope you guys enjoy it. We know it's going to be Millie and Liam. People have been saying this before Casa More that this was going to be who was going to win. That they're the only people that are going to win. I can only really see that being that.
Yeah, even Murad said he just listen. They fix votes for politicians. Why do you think they wouldn't fix votes in this? And I could see it.
Why are you saying Chloe's lying about what?
About what?
About liking Toby?
Or about liking her date?
About liking her date? Yeah.
That I could see.
It was average.
Oh yeah, so it must be the date.
No, Chloe be lying about her date. Yes, and it was average. It was below average. Yes. Okay, just reading about Jake and Liberty appearing on the morning TV today. He basically implied that he wanted to dump her, but just did not have the guts, whilst Liberty was sitting next to him. Ew.
He's gonna be with Mary. Give him 2 weeks. He'll be with Mary. Give him 2 weeks.
Ugh. Yeah. Chloe is at times faking it to make it. It's less with her and Toby. I reckon that she's into older men. I can see her being into older men. He's a little bit childish for her, I think. I just can see that.
I can see, I think he really, really likes her. So I can see her being the one to dump him.
Ooh. Yeah, I can see that too. She's older than him. So
yeah. And they're not exclusive. They're not boyfriend and girlfriend.
Hi, Ariana. Wow. I did not catch the master's reference until you just said it. I thought she was going back to school too. That's funny. I don't think that the family members have been isolated for 2 whole weeks. That's why 2 weeks ago they wouldn't have known who would be left in for the final week. Okay, so maybe that's why they're not doing the hugs. So maybe they didn't fully quarantine.
Okay.
Amy, the one who is coupled with Hugo, apparently tested positive for COVID. It's so weird.
Yeah.
Liam's father was funny. I liked Liam's. I liked all the families, to be honest. So just to finish up with Faye and Teddy's, the brothers were saying that they have grown together a lot. They had a natural progression, and her sister said, and best friend said, they love the side of you that he's brought out. So she does have a softer side. We have learned that she usually runs from these relationships, and so even though she didn't handle everything well, maybe this was the first time she's had to really be in that situation, and she just kind of exploded. So I like that he's bringing out a softer side in her. So maybe this is going to give her the desire to want to do better, be better, treat him better. Because right at the end of like when they're saying goodbye to each other, she's like, "I'm really sorry for shouting at your brother." And so she knows what she did wrong. And I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt here and hope that she's going to want to do better. Because Tyler, oh my God, can I get these names right? Tyler, Teddy, he's a nice person, and he does not deserve anybody to be, didn't do anything to be deserving of being spoken to that way. As I've said, I've understood why she was acting that way, but he doesn't deserve to be spoken that way. So I'm glad that she recognizes that, and hopefully she's going to always want to be doing better. Hope it. Let's hope.
Yeah.
I can only hope. To be so embarrassed.
I can only hope, because I was watching a little bit back, and I'm just like, I don't know, man. I feel like she was made to apologize. I don't know. I can't put my finger on it. Just something about it is just not where I would want it to be, and I can't root for them.
That's fine. You don't have to root for them.
Yeah,
it's fine. I'm rooting for Kaz and Tyler, and then maybe Chloe and Toby, just because like they're so ridiculous. But
like I always go into these shows hoping that like people like actually stay together. Like regardless of what people say, I'm really happy that Tommy and Molly May are still together, because people like crapped on their relationship, and I always thought that they were cute. Like I was mad when Lucy tried to come and like insert herself into their relationship, but I mean, I'm not following them on IG, but I'm like, at least they found somebody out of this. But I can't root for unhealthy relationships.
So Toby, we hear him like when their family leaves, he calls out to them, Fetty! I do like Fetty, to be honest. I like that name. It's funny. They kiss. They seem to like each other. Hopefully she's grown and she will never have these kind of outbursts again, and she'll get some help, and they'll have a healthy relationship outside the villa, and they will end up being really good for each other in the end. So hoping the best for them, absolutely. And then we have Kaz's sister and mom come, and Tyler's mom and dad come into the villa. And the mom and sister's like, look at you. You look so good. I think it's because she has a tan and she's wearing like that bright colored bikini, and her skin's just such a smooth color. And so it's so rich.
Yeah, her and Tyler. Because if you see the difference between Tyler when like somebody showed the picture of him like when he just came in, between like that and now, he got a really good tan too. Like they both tanned like really nicely.
I never stay out in the sun that much. I'm always like finding shade, so I've never really been tan before. So I wonder what I would look like. I don't know. I hate I like when it's warm out, but I don't like being in the hot sun. I want to be in the shade and be warm. So I never really get that deep of a tan. I mean, I get it. Like obviously, if I go outside for a second, I get a little bit of a tan, but I've never been outside every day for 6 weeks, and like I wonder what color I'd be. Like change my foundation. So Tyler's dad was screaming at the TV when this whole Casa Amor things happened. So I'm happy that his father wasn't condoning his actions. And, you know, I think his mom was saying it's like she humbled him. She humbled you. And I like that he recognized that she is a strong woman and they really seem to like her and think that she's beautiful. So I love that how they reprimanded and praised Kaz for how they both handled the situation of Casa Amor.
Yeah, I thought it was, so his dad is Jamaican, I believe, and then I believe his mother is Grenadian, or Guyanan, one of the two. She's either from Grenada or she's Guyanese, one of the two. But I said his dad is very Jamaican because like he like embraced Kaz with like open arms, ready to barbecue.
Yeah, and like coming in like, where's the party? Where's the party? Like he's like ready to like
bring the party. And I am so glad he said what needed to be said, because Clarice needs to hear it. There was nobody in Casa Amor that could touch Kaz. Because the girl is moving mad.
His dad was like, you know, he had something so good and so special with this girl. He was so shocked about, like, you know, with his actions over there. And so it was really nice to hear his dad say that. And I'm sure it was nice for Tyler to hear that as well, because, like, you know,
it helps solidify that he made the right decision. Yeah,
exactly. So all the parents come down and meet each other. And, you know, actually what I thought was really funny is that Kaz's family, her mom and her sister, was like, there's no, like, he really accepts you for who you are and he's such a nice guy. And, like, you know, the fact that they let her be like super loud and that there's no like volume button. And I was like, I don't really see Kaz being that loud, but that's amazing that, like, you know, he does accept her for being her.
Yeah, and that's what I said is a big thing. That's my thing with their relationship, and that's my thing with Cash and Cinco's and the USA, which is why if neither one wins, they're still going to be my winners, because to me, finding somebody, whether you guys last forever or not, but finding a love in your life where you are accepted for who you are and what you like, what you're about, is so hard, and it's so worthwhile, because you will never be able to go without having that kind of love ever again. And so with Tyler and Cass, you just know, like, they give each other shit, but they love each other, love on each other, and they see each other for who they are. Like, there was this one thread on Twitter where somebody would like blinked all the stuff that Tyler was saying to Clarice, and then comparing it to all the way he was saying very similar stuff to Kaz. And it was just like Kaz would make a joke about him and he would take it. Clarice made a joke in general, and he didn't even laugh. Like, that's what it is. Like, for somebody to get your humor, and even if it's like you just joking on each other, it's a good thing.
Do we know what Clarice's sign is?
Crap, I think I looked it up. Hold on.
The one thing though that I don't know if I would be able to do, and this goes for all the women in the villa, would you be able to wear a thong in front of your boyfriend's father?
No, I've never understood how Kaz can wear thong. All her bathing suits are thong. I don't think any of her bathing suits have not been thongs, because I've noticed it. And I like specifically, I bought some Ivy Park bathing. She just bought some beach gear, and I was like, I can't buy most of the swimsuits because they're like ride up, and I'm like, I can't do that. I don't know how these young women do that.
It's the new look. I mean, I think it looks cuter for sure, but like I would not be able to wear a thong bikini in front of, like, even a bikini, it's a little bit too much to be wearing in front of like my boyfriend's parents. But that's just me. I might just be an older prude now. Maybe if I was like their age, I'd be like, whatever, if you got it, flaunt it. But I don't think I could do it. So
shit. Take a guess what she is.
Take a guess.
Take a
Uh-oh.
guess what she is.
Oh no, is she wait, he's a Taurus. So is she also a Scorpio?
She's a Taurus.
Oh, she's a Taurus? Okay. She's one of you.
I don't claim her. She's a May crazy ass Taurus. I refuse to claim her.
She's a May Taurus, but do you know when her actual birthday is?
2nd, 1997.
27? Oh my god, she's younger than my goddaughter. That's nuts to me.
Yeah, she's young. Maybe that's why she's acting like that. I don't know. This is crazy. Because she's doing some crazy stuff. Like, it's unnecessary at this point.
I can't believe she's one of yours.
I am not claiming her. Nope.
So, Kaz does say that to his parents that they raised him well, which I think was also a nice thing, you know, for even though what he did at Casa Amor, that he's come back and he's made up for it, and she enjoys the way that he treats her. And so I like that. I like them. They feel as though they've built something great together. The parents all agree, and they have a lot of laughter and communication. So I like their relationship the best. Definitely.
Yeah, I like the conversation, the questions that they asked. Like, she was asking his parents like tips on what to, you know, say on the like how to get through on being on the outside, and I thought they gave her great tips. I just they're like, we're ready to leave this place. We're ready to be together and be on the outside, and I feel like they're really kind of the only ones that were saying that. Everybody else is, I feel like, is still living in the moment. From what I could tell, that none of them are really want to think about the outside. It feels like, but these two. So.
Well, Liam and Millie, you know, talking about like the difference between where they live and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Dan says, I don't know why, but I think that leaving the villa, Toby and Chloe might not be a couple anymore just because they always be having sex. And I just think the couple between them is just between them is just a sexual attraction, which is something that Chloe's family kind of spurts out. I think it was her sister being like, you're having sex all the time. And she's like, not really, not that much, which is awkward, I would say, for a family member to be mentioning. But her mom does say that she's been fantastic. I thought it was hilarious that Chloe's sister sounds exactly like Chloe when she came in. Just, hello, like the nasal voice, and like it was funny.
Yeah.
Like, it's a genetic thing, I guess. That the mom feels as though Chloe's been iconic and super funny in the villa. Toby, though, goes with his sister and his mom, and he's crying. Does Toby have a heart?
That's what I'm saying. I said I think Toby's he's young, probably a little more sentimental than we realize. So I could definitely see him clinging to her and her dumping him. I can definitely see it happening. That being said, I've seen, they showed his sister before on After Sun. I think she like was in the audience, and then they showed him showed when he went to Casa Amor and brought back Mary, and his sister's hilarious. She is so funny. But like, so I think that also seems to just run in the family. But yeah, it was really sweet that he could not stop himself from crying.
I know, and then Chloe was crying as well. And like, I was like, Chloe's even crying. They talk about them just like laughing together and snogging. That's all you guys did, was laughing and snogging, laugh and snog, laugh and snog. And Toby, though, with his family, saying that he wouldn't change anything for the world, even the fact that he's had these, you know, he dumped Chloe for Abigail, and then dumped Abigail for Mary, and then dumped Mary and Abigail for Chloe again, like, messy Toby, but he said he wouldn't change anything for the world. And his family thinks that they're very cute together, and his sister really likes Chloe a lot. She's like, I love Chloe. I love her. I love her.
She had said that before, that she, you know, she really liked Chloe. That's why she was like upset, like what he kept doing, like went to Abby and then Mary. So I do know that, like that was true.
And so the mom was able to watch pretty much the entire season, but Toby was asking about The Hideaway, and the mom was like, I watched everything, and then when the chocolate came out, I had to change the channel. Gross. And so, yeah, they're really happy with them as a couple when they all join together and then they're talking. The sister, of course, is so pleased with Toby, and definitely feel as though Chloe's bringing out a different side of Toby and that they're seeing a different side of Toby, a kind of more softer, Toby in a relationship. And this is the first time they've ever seen him in a relationship, the first time he's ever brought a girl to meet his family. So it's really big.
Yeah.
And then they end up leaving, and I think it was Chloe's mom was like, oh my God, I feel like we were in a movie set here, which I can understand what that feels like when you go even to like, what are the studios called? Universal Studios, like even just seeing some of the actual studio lots, it is a surreal feeling to go and see something that's exactly like you've seen it on TV. And so that would be really a cool experience, I think, if I was a parent, to be watching your kids and then be on the set. Very cool. And that's when I think somebody calls them Toey, when I think it should be Chloe.
I think it should be Chloe.
Chloe's so much cuter.
But I've seen it as Chloe with like the EY. And I'm like, when you said that, I was like, why are they doing that instead of the Kobe?
Chloe's so cute.
I know.
So everybody starts getting ready for the night. They get a text that says, congratulations, you have all made it to the Love Island finale. We made it. We're almost there. I'm just going to catch up on some of these comments here. Let's talk about Love Island reunion and Cash Cinco content. Baby, I believe in them falling in love. I do too. I like them together. Wherever they're at right now, I'd like to be in a relationship that they have going on. So, like,
did you see the mix I did with just them on my IG?
No, I haven't seen that yet. No.
Yeah, so I'm like, I just cut and pasted a lot of the parts where it was just them, and you could just really see like they really like each other, guys.
I do. I think so as well. Nothing says I like that Tyler's parents held him accountable. Tyler even told them that he was ready to leave.
Yeah.
Voting is open again for those who can. Tamika has found some fancy footwork, like, I don't know, like holding up some wires to the sky with her hand in a socket to figure out how she can vote tonight. So she is voting for Kyler, I am sure.
Yep.
So just voted for Kaz and Tyler again. Amazing. Netta did also. Oh, Sans is gone. Bye, guys. Yes, it's starting. I'll finish watching later. Absolutely. So we're pretty much finished here. I'm definitely happy that the season's over. It's been long, but I think it's been a very good season. It started off slowly, but it really amped up the second half. The second half was like probably the length of Love Island USA, and it was a lot went on in these last 5 weeks. So I definitely enjoyed it. I'm happy to see what happens. I would love for there to be an upset of some sort and Milliam doesn't win, but I just don't see a world where that would happen.
No, it seems like the fix is in for them. So if they win, they win. I mean, she's got no personality. I don't see her doing anything. I can see him breaking up with her, saying the distance is too far. So I don't know if they'll be lasting.
ESC. So if you can find me on Instagram and message me, I can set you up with a link to watch. But they don't upload it until like 11 p.m. Eastern or so. Sometimes a little bit earlier, but it's not live. I don't have a live stream for it. So if you want to find me at sheilanfrancis or at Realnesss with 3 S's, I can help you find a link so you can at least watch the finale later on tonight or tomorrow. And you can watch all the other episodes too if you haven't seen them, because it's been a very good season, I have to say.
Yeah, the first few episodes were slow, but not.
Say that again?
I said the first few episodes was slow, but it since then, I feel I'm more excited for this finale than I was for USA's finale.
Natalie says it looks like Laura has not watched the show enough. That could be something.
That's possible. She has a baby and a husband. Maybe she hasn't. I mean, but again, to me, that should be a disqualifier. Like, don't use her as the host for the after show and ask for commentary and have her make statements if she's clearly going to be a biased voice instead of a neutral voice. That's just my thing.
Tasha's saying here that the paper said that the finalists not to top 3, and they still list 3.
Right.
That's not great, guys.
Yeah.
Like, what journalists would be doing that? That's such bad journalism.
The Sun is known for bad journalism. Ask Megan.
Fair. So they probably put them at 4th at this rate. Are they going to be 4th place? Is that what's going to happen?
That's what people are saying. That they'll probably be 4th place or 3rd, with maybe Faye and Teddy being 4th. I don't know. Again, wow. I don't at this point I want them to win. I don't need them to win. I think they're going to both be more successful even if they don't win at this point.
Going to vote for Kyler for the 6th time. Yes, Dan, you do that. You're voting for me as well. Kaz reminds me of Cash. They do have a little bit of a similar energy, just like they are just both fun and they're the star of the show. And you know, even though the network doesn't want it to be all about them, it actually is about them. It really is. ESB boy, try Twitch and search. Oh, there you go. Netha will hook you up, but if that doesn't work for you, just message me on Instagram and I'll give you another link where you can watch all the seasons as well. Well, it's our second to last episode. We have one more left together. Yes. Do you have anything you want to share with the people before we sign off for the second to last time?
So Chantel posted the full unedited, well, slightly unedited version of my night out on Friday with the Love Island season 3, some of season 1 and season 2 cast. I had a good time. I observed a lot. I tried to take some video and pictures. It is what it is. I had a good time. I did do one edit, which is just Cinco and Cash just done together, and then I'm probably gonna do an edit for the full weekend of everything everybody's done. I will say that some people have been taking my video and chopping it up to talk about Wes and Amy and whether he was kissing the girl. He was not kissing the girl, guys. She was, touching him a lot, but there was other girls touching him a lot. And I will say, Wes was very, very drunk to the point that when he was outside and I was waiting for my Uber, Cinco was holding him up, like literally, like he was stumbling around and Cinco was holding him up. And then he slept until about 5 o'clock the next day. Yeah. So whether that means he knew what he was doing, I don't know. I've never been that drunk. So I don't know whether that means Wes and Amy broke up. I don't know. I can't speculate on it. He didn't look like he had a girlfriend home, but I don't think they've ever said that they were boyfriend and girlfriend. I think they just kind of getting to know each other. So it is what it is. But otherwise, for more content, and Love Island is ending, I will be talking about more scripted shows. I will still be bringing Cash and Cinco content more than likely, maybe some Kaz and Tyler content, because I just love both couples. But otherwise, VIP tonight and tomorrow night and scripted shows are coming. So follow me on Entertainment in Color to discuss all of that stuff. I can't wait for fall, which was my favorite season, and all of my scripted shows get to come back.
Absolutely. And you guys know the drill here, but just in case you've made it through this entire season without doing so, please subscribe to Reality Realness with 3 S's, just to build a community of people that love watching reality TV and talking about it every single day. So we would love for you to be part of the crew. Now, since it's the second to last episode and it's airing right now, the finale, Who do you want to win this game, this season? Who do you want to have the title and the crown of Love Island UK Season 7? And then who do you think will win the crown? I know it's most likely going to be two different people. So I'd like to hear who you would like and who you think would win this season. So please leave your comment in below so we can take a look at that, and we will be responding to you guys as to what your thoughts are with our opinions as well. Thank you, Tasha. We appreciate you going out and getting the info. Yes, we do. Thank you, Tamika. And as always, thanks, ladies. Absolutely. We love you being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Dan. Thank you. Yes, Kaz and Tyler, or Jaqueen or Dween. Anyways, love you guys so much in the chat. Millie and Liam are winning for sure. I know. Put it in the comments. I can't see that right now. It's too sad. It's too sad. Your Jane and Mary coupling might not be far off. Oh boy. What is she seeing on the show? Who knows?
Okay, we can't watch until later. Bye.
Bye, guys. Have a good one. We'll see you tomorrow.